Hello, welcome. This is Maniac Tim with Maniac Sports. How's everybody doing today? Hope everybody had a great weekend. I know I had a pretty good day off. Uh, Today, the NFL league meetings are in, of course, Florida. Hopefully, something good comes out of it. We'll soon see. Uh, Today, I named the title of this show. And of course, open chat is always available in this show. Anybody who wants to talk, anybody who wants to hop on, you guys are more than welcome to. Uh, how long will this show last will depend on a lot of things. Uh, Basically, is how much, um, how many people show up, how many people are in the chat. Uh, right now, I'm the only one here. So, and I know I don't have a normal time like every other show. I'm a lot more spontaneous and do it whenever I can. So it's just the way things are with me. Um, but I do try to bring you a show whenever I can. Um, but get back to why I named the show "Just Do It." Uh, I'm sure a lot of people can guess. Is it's just because Lions need to get it done. You know, Detroit needs to get it done. They just got to bring in whoever they can, put all the pieces to the puzzle together, and just do it. I'm not satisfied with just the NFC North. I am not. There is one more thing they got to accomplish, and it's going to be no big surprise. It's not going to the Super Bowl. It's winning the Super Bowl. Sure, it's not a sure thing that the Lions will be there next year. That's definitely not. It's not even a sure thing that the Lions are going to win the NFC North next year because you still got to beat your opponents. You still got, you still got to win that. Hey, let's get that number one seed spot. Let's secure it. And if we gotta go through, if the Lions need to go through the back door in order to get that Super Bowl that Super Bowl title, they just got to do it because it's not over till it's over. And I'm sure there's a lot of fans who are and don't get me wrong, I'm not knocking them for what they have done. I'm not. I'm not knocking them for what they have done because they have uh, win the NFC North, make it uh, one game before the Super Bowl. You know, make it basically 4 points separated them and the Super Bowl. I know they lost by three, but 4 points separated the Detroit Lions and the 49ers from the Super Bowl. So they gotta become 4 points better than what they were last year. Also, uh, putting up more points and being a better football team than what they were last year, with improvements that every team will make. Because there's teams out there that I'm sorry. I mean, we all know what Green Bay is in love with what Love has done, and you can't blame them. I mean, hell, Love went ahead and delivered at the end. You, you know, uh, who really knows what Chicago is going to be like? Chicago could be a great team next year, or Chicago could be a total bust. You don't know. You don't know. I mean, hands down, it looks like things are coming together for Chicago, so they could be that great team. They could be that team that will come in and sweep and may actually beat Green Bay, which they haven't done in a long, long time. They might be that team. You know, uh, they thought, they thought because of Aaron Rodgers being gone, that they would be that team last year that would beat Green Bay. They did beat Detroit one time last year. You know, we were able to come back. I mean, they almost beat us twice last year. They gave us every run for the money, but that game proved to be where the Lions could come back, could show some stamina. Uh, the belief in themselves to get it done. Uh, so many people at work, and I'll tell you what, I'm tired. I am so tired of people saying, "Oh, they have not won the Super Bowl yet. They not have not won. They ain't won. They're going. Detroit Lions are going to tank next year." I'm just sick of it. I am sick and tired of it. You know, I'm sick and tired of it. So, what I am challenging the Lions to do, in order for this experiment with Brad Holmes, in order for this experiment with Dan Campbell to really be that success, it needs to be more than a 1 year run. It does. It needs to be more than a 1 year run. You know, it needs to be a stable run in the playoffs. It needs to be. They need to be able to attain that Super Bowl. You know, accomplish it. Make that Super Bowl because they're the only original team in the NFL that has not made the Super Bowl yet. And you know what? I'll tell you what. A lot of people's going to argue and say, "Oh yeah, well the Cleveland Browns never made it." Bullshit. The Cleveland Browns made it, but the Cleveland Browns made it when they moved and they became the Baltimore Ravens. So they made it to the Super Bowl. The original franchise made it to the Super Bowl. So the only team that hasn't made it that's been the original franchise is the Detroit Lions. You know, and so just do it. Just make the Super Bowl, get the Super Bowl, win the Super Bowl. That's what they gotta do. You know, that's what they need to do. Everything, nothing else matters. You know, and I mean, I know. Hey, I was frustrated with what happened with Cam Sutton needing to release him. I know Cam didn't have the best year last year. And I don't know what all went on there. I'm not going to defend Cam Sutton. I'm not going to go ahead and throw him to the wolves either because I don't know. Do I think the Lions did the right thing by releasing him? I think they did. I think they did the right thing by releasing him. Uh, it's just I don't know any of the details. I'm not there. I've not been a party to that per se. But it's just something they got to do. As the Lions need to win the Super Bowl. Hey, I want to thank everybody for coming in for watching. I see I got somebody watching on Twitch and two people watching on X, the former Twitter. I do appreciate it. Anybody, and also somebody's watching me on Facebook. I appreciate that. I've had four have four people watching me. Please, if there's a way you can comment in the chat. I would appreciate. What's your thoughts? And I'll tell you what, other sports are welcome on here too. You know, I want to give Megan a big old shout out. Megan was, of course, on my last show. She is a diehard anything Seattle fan. Definitely diehard Seattle, Washington. One of the big things about Seattle being it's not a sister team to this show, but it is a team that is. I mean, they actually kicked our butts quite a few times. If you look at it, Seattle has, but Seattle is also a team that was, of course, everybody knows. Anybody who knows me well enough knows uh, my co-founder of Detroit Lions on the Prowl. He had two teams that he loved in his in football. The first and number one foremost team was the Detroit Lions. The second team was the Seattle Seahawks. So that's why Seattle will always be a. So now I got two friends that are Seattle fans. And of course, on my last show, I also had Jeremy B. Smoking Jeremy. I'll tell you what, if you guys don't like, if you don't guys can't stand cussing, don't go to the show. But if you guys don't mind cussing, hey, I'll tell you what, he's a great guy. He's a well-known, he knows his stuff, but you just gotta be able to handle the as Spock and Kurt once said in Star Trek 4, the void or the was that the voyage home? I think it was. Uh, Colorful metaphors. You got to be able to take that because if you don't like a lot of cussing, or you're not gonna like the show. But I'll tell you, he knows his football. He knows the lines. He knows facts. Uh, Great guy, great person. Uh, Met him. He was one of other than Jim. He was actually one of the first streamers that I actually uh, met um, over at Soaring Eagle Casino. So anybody who likes a lot of facts, go check out Jeremy B's channel. Um, but in the league meetings, uh, hopefully we will get to see some changes. Um, I know we'll find out more on what's going on. I know there's different rules that Lions have requested, have changed. I want to, I'll tell you what, if I could change one rule in football, I think I would change the rule no sun and that or no okay no the overtime rules. I would change the overtime rules. There has to be a winner. 15 minutes. There has to be a winner. That's what I would change. You know, uh, each team would get each team would get the ball at least one time. But the game would not end until there was a winner. That's what I would change. I don't like ties. Ties are like kissing your stepsister. You know, not that I ever had a sister or a stepsister, but it just you're not gonna get the thrill. You know, you're not gonna get the thrill. It's like getting a consolation prize. It's like okay, I can't. I wasn't good enough to make it to the NCAA tournament or to the March Madness. So I go ahead and I go to the INT. To me, that's it's there has to be a winner in every game, and it should not be sudden death until both teams have the chance to um, possess the ball. It's the way it is. You know, that's how I see it. You guys have other changes I'd make. I mean, and I know I've said this before, and I'm saying it from the fan at heart. Okay, I want to see a 20-game season, and I want to see at least 1 to 2 more rounds added to the playoffs. A 20-game season, 1 to 2 more rounds added to the playoffs. I think more teams should be able to make it to the playoffs. You have a 32 team league. I know everybody may not agree with me, and everybody, you guys have the rights to disagree or agree. That's fine. But I just think more teams should make it to the playoffs. Uh, you know, it's just what I would like to see. Uh, I would, and I think seeding should not only go by whoever wins the division. All right, I think that seeding should go by records. You know, if there are two teams in one division, I mean, you should have of course your division champs should get it. You know, you should your four divisions should make the playoffs. All right. Uh, but as far as for seeding in the playoffs, if you got two teams in one division that has a better record than that team in another division, they should the team even though it's a or what you call it a division winner. No, to me you didn't earn that right because you were in a weaker division or to it should go by wins and losses. Keep the division winners, each division winners making the playoffs, you know, but seed it by wins and loss records. You know, and I mean it just to me I think it would show the game a lot better. I think it would just kind of make it more interesting. Uh, and it would give you something to keep on playing for instead of just you know it if you knew you were going to be the last seed of the playoffs, all right, because a team with a not to pick on the South because the NFC South this year they did have a winning at least had a winning record to get into the playoffs, but there's been times when either and it's been in all divisions where it's been a team in another had a greater record than the one that was like in south or east or even the north where they just got in and then they host a team that had like three more wins than you do because you're a division record but winner but because somebody had to be a winner in your division you get the seat, the higher seed. To me, it just doesn't make sense. But hey, yeah, welcome everybody to Tim's Maniac Sports. This is Maniac Tim, uh, coming to you live from Muskegon, Michigan. Um, of course, an avid Detroit Lions fan. Don't apologize for that. Why should I? You know, uh, I endured a lot being a Lions fan over the years, believe me. And I think every Lions fan has every dedicated Lions fan that stuck with them through thick and thin. Really, really deserves to be proud right now on how they have changed. But yet, it's not over yet. They still, like the title of the show says, they just gotta do it. They just got to go ahead and win this. First, they gotta get into the Super Bowl and win the Super Bowl. It is what it is. Then, and I'm sure even when they finally get to that point where they win one Super Bowl, I'm sure the Green Bay fans are going to say, "Oh yeah, well we have four or whatever the hell," or the Dallas fans are going to say, "Well we have six, Super Bowls and stuff like that." No, it's like you finally join the ranks, you finally end up getting into Super Bowl, we're relevant, and that's what it's going to do. That's what the Lions finally making the Super Bowl, winning the Super Bowl, um, will go ahead and give them a lot of credibility, and you know what, you know, I I just gotta see it happen. I'm not gonna be the one that's I'm not gonna be this one before I die. I know I'm not. Because hey, I don't want to die too soon. Unfortunately, I've seen people that were just one before I die. No. Hey, I tell you what, I would love to see 10 before I die. I would love to see three Super Bowls before I die. Two Super Bowls. The Lions win. You know, I and by the way, I'm doing my best to try to get to the draft this year. Uh, I want to be there. Uh, I will at least be in the city or in a party, or in a uh, tailgate party or something for for the draft. But I really want to go. It would be great. So if anybody out there can help me to get to the draft, uh, got extra tickets or whatever, please let me know. And I'm not talking about scammers. I don't want I'm not going to go ahead and just pay a bunch of money and not actually get that. I want to be there. I would really love to you know go and see the drafts. See these, it's in my city. Actually, I would love to go this year and next year because I'll tell you what, it being in Detroit this year, being in Green Bay next year, those are two cities that are are close enough. So I would really love to see that. Uh, I also want to encourage people to I I'm on please make sure you guys sign up for my YouTube channel, Tim's Maniac Sports. I might be, yeah, I know I got two YouTube channels. One's Maniac Sports, one's Tim's Maniac Sports. I might be changing the one or creating another one to name it Maniac One. Instead of, I do want to encourage people to check out my Facebook page too. I got Tim's Maniac Sports Facebook. Uh, I do want to encourage people to also join Maniac Sports uh, Facebook group too. Make sure you guys check that out. You guys are allowed to post anything in there. It doesn't need to be Lines content, but you cannot. This is not a place to sell things. This is not a place for pornography. I have had to remove a few people, and believe me, I am very sorry if anybody had got onto any of my page and had accidentally seen that kind of crap, but my Facebook groups are not for that. My page nor my Facebook, there is that will not be tolerated, and I will remove it. And any of my admin, there will not be no warning to that person. It will be removed and will be banned immediately because I will not tolerate porn being posted on my Facebook groups because I want that to be a friendly place, where people can come in and enjoy sports. So that's one thing about my Maniac Sports pages: no porn, no harassment, Uh, don't be selling and try to scam people out of money on any of those things. You know. Uh, Also make sure you treat everybody with respect and dignity. You know, no matter what, you know, you I will do my best to treat you guys with respect and dignity too. You know, because that's everybody deserves that. Uh, but I one of these days I'm gonna get my friend on here that he went to his first ever NASCAR race. Went to Briscoe, Tennessee. The Briscoe race. He lives in he lives in Edmonton, Virginia. But he went to Briscoe. His first, actually, his first real sporting event of any kind, as far as for any professional sporting event. You know, he's not a real big sports guy, but I know he enjoyed it. So we're gonna have him on one of these days. I'll get him on an interview on how he liked it. So I hope to this summer be going to different sporting venues too. As far as and meeting people, I want to get there early and start meeting people and just kind of get to know people and make live videos with people. Now this channel is more about you know you may not get a bunch of facts in this channel. That's not what I'm about. I'm about the experience. Uh, the main why I say what brings out the maniac in you, and I have said this to a lot of people now, you know, to a lot of different people. What brings out when I ask you that, I want to know what is it that's just going that drives you, and that can be if you're a sports athlete, what is it that drives you to catch after you make that? If you're a wide receiver, all right, after you catch that pass, what is it that drives you to get those yards after the catch, that pushes you further to get that touchdown? If you're a running back, tight end, fullback, quarterback, even if you're a running quarterback, what is it that's going to push you to break that tackle and run to get that first down? If you're a defensive back, defensive lineman, what is it that's going to go ahead and push you, give you the drive to go ahead and bowl right over that offensive lineman to just get that sack and knock the other team's quarterback on their ass or stop that run? And if you're a fan, okay, if you're a fan, what is it that's gonna go ahead and get you out of that seat? In other words, what brings out the maniac in you is what brings out the love in the game, that you don't care what you look like when you're cheering on your team. You know? What gets 50,000 plus fans getting up doing the wave? What is it that makes the um, the Seattle Seahawks fans be proud to be a 12, to be the loudest fans around? That's what I mean by what brings out the maniac in you. I'll tell you what. And I'll tell you what makes people from Michigan drive all the way across the country to see the Detroit Lions in San Francisco? What makes ticket prices go up in the Super Bowl when the Detroit Lions are winning? Because there are some people that will pay whatever, no matter what, to see their team win. Especially if it's a once in a lifetime deal. Especially when you're a team like the Lions, but that's not that's this season, seeing the Lions going ahead and sure, I would have loved to see them wallop every team that they play, especially in the playoffs. I would have loved to have seen them wallop the Rams. I'm glad they beat the Rams. That was great. That was a great accomplishment. That was a great accomplishment. All right, that they beat the Rams. I'm glad they beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But I'm not glad that they lost to the 49ers, especially in the way they lost to. But I'll tell you what, I want to have enough confidence in my team too, where they can go, and I don't need to worry about the Green Bay Packers coming into Ford Field and beating the Lions. I don't want to have to worry about that. So let's just hope with the signings they got, let's just hope that they are that team to be contended with. That they are that team that's going to elevate, going to take it that next step, that's going to go ahead and bring it to the Super Bowl, take it to that next level. I'm also looking for basically a manager to manage my apparel, because I want to more or less start selling apparel with Maniac Sports. I've also given a nickname to another person, another Lions fan, Maniac Sports, Maniac Tim, Miller Time Mike. Michael Miller, he works for me, or he works with me, not for me, because I'm not his boss. He works with me at my job, and Michael Miller is now Miller Time Mike. Because, you got Crazy K Kevin, Crazy K, and then you also got the instigator, Brian. So these are the three people that actually I've given names to, as far as nicknames to. But that's how it is. Is there any other questions? And hey, I'll tell you, I have not had I only got one day off this week, so I didn't do a lot of watching of the NCAA March Madness. I know both of the male and female tournaments are going on. I do want to let everybody know. Hey, watch that. Check out. You guys want to post stuff about that? If you guys want to talk about it on this platform, more than welcome to. How's your bracket doing? In it. You know, uh, Michigan State got knocked out already. Wow. Um, but hey, it is what it is. But I think with that today, show's not over with yet. I will be back again. Hopefully, I'll be able to come back on tomorrow. I will keep this going till for at least till 10:30. Um, if I get more people, if I get questions, if I get somebody that wants to hop on, hey, just tell me right now, and there are the links in this on this show, are posted in my chat. So if somebody wants to hop on, you know, go ahead. I'll bring you on, and you guys can talk. You guys just gotta have StreamYard. If you guys don't have StreamYard, just go ahead and download it. You can download the free version and hop on, and we can go ahead and talk about. I'm not above talking about other teams either. Whether it be, I mean, even if you're Green Bay Packer fan, you guys can hop on and talk. I don't care. I don't care because this is Tim's Maniac Sports. This is not the Detroit Lions Sports Network or anything like that. So this is an open channel for open sports. If you guys are a Pistons fan, if you guys are a Blackhawks fan, if you guys are a Red Wings fan, you guys are more than lucky to, or more than lucky, more than welcome to hop on. Raider fans, I want to see you guys get your asses on here too. I know there's a couple Raider fans that I have at work. Uh, and I really want to get them on here too. Okay. But as for right now, uh, so if somebody wants to post something in chat, even you guys are more than welcome to. Make sure you guys, hopefully I'll be able to get on after work tonight sometime too. I would really like to do that. And I'll try to be back again this week later on. Um, yeah, it's not 10:30 yet, so I'm not stopping this show until 10:30. I should really go an hour, but I'm running out of things to talk about. It's just yeah. When you see me looking up, I got another monitor, and it has different. Um, okay. So how's your guys' brackets doing out there? Do you guys even make brackets? I know I really don't make brackets. You know, I should. Just never been one to make brackets. Uh, Next month we have, of course we already had the combine, we already had the pro day. So those things have already passed. Um, Next month we get the draft, and it's really not even a month away. So we have all this stuff coming in yet. Uh, Okay, look like due to some other issues, I am going to end the stream right now. I do want to thank everybody for coming. This is Maniac Tim from Maniac Sports. Thank you guys. Hope everybody has a great day. Catch you guys soon. Uh, Make sure you check out streams, like, share, subscribe. Uh, get in touch with me if you guys want to be on the show. You guys are more than welcome to. I'll help set you up with StreamYard. And I also want to get you know a crew with different people on here and have a weekly show where you have different people from the NFC teams uh, representing themselves. You know, I know I've had my friend Vince on a couple times on here, Bears fan. I would like to have Val on here again too. Bears and a Lions fan both. More Bears fan, but she's also a Lions fan because because who she was married to, and also being inheriting the Detroit Lions on the prowl from her husband, well, her her being the widow of my co-founder Jim Bordeaux. So I would really like to have her back on here. I'd like to hear on what Kurt Steele is doing. I would love to have Michael Mike on here. That would be awesome. Uh, but at least for now, this is going to be Maniac Tim signing off. You guys all have a great day. See you guys later. Thank you guys for coming in, watching. I do appreciate it.